Greetings, Geechlings. Geechin Prime here with my review of Attack on Titan Chapter 94, The Boy Inside the Walls. Uh, start off with, sorry it's a little late. I mean, it's been like almost 24 hours since I said I'd make the review. But I was waiting for the not live reaction. I had a bunch of videos was trying to put up yesterday, and my internet just hates me. uh, but anyway, I was waiting for the manga stream, which made things a little better, I think. It starts off with the Eldian troops returning home to Libero. I don't know how to pronounce it. Liberario? Liberio. I'll go with Liberio. 4 years ago, Reiner's failure on Paradise Island, it almost got his Titan powers revoked. Which makes you kind of wonder what revoking a Titan's power is like. It's like, okay, time to have someone eat you. But apparently there was a lot of military gains. I don't know how. Maybe back home in Marley? I don't know. They didn't really explain that. And his loyalty and bravery. All calls of that were stopped. So, hey, he's safe. Now we know how he lived all this time. Falco reveals Reiner's loyalty for Marley is historically the highest of any soldier, which, boy, that's that's interesting. Also, Falco ponders why Reiner would bring up being the Armored Titan, given it would be, or for him to become the Armored Titan, given it would put him in hot water. Wait, how did I write this in my notes? Falco also ponders why Reiner would bring him up, or bring up him becoming the Armored Titan, given it would put him in hot water, but assumes Reiner has desire to free the Eldians from the war. Not sure why I wrote it that way, but I don't know. Yeah, some of it I don't know. It could just be the month-long lag between chapters that makes me not understand certain little passages. Anyway, Gabby pops up right in the back of Falco's head and scares the crap out of him. And thinks he's being suspicious like a rebel because of his behavior, and then threatens to report him. Others around say it was her fault, which I'm not sure why. Yet again, another thing that, maybe, did I miss something? I mean, because that exchange was odd. On the way to the Eldian barracks compound concentration camp, I think it was considered a concentration camp later on in the chapter, or they said camp. We see the Marleyans' hatred for the Eldians as they walk through the streets, which I guess isn't that surprising, but you actually get to see it, on a bigger scale than just a few upper rank soldiers and whatnot. Officers, I think is a better word than soldiers. Also arriving to the barracks, camp, whatever, we see all the families of the Eldian troops. One such encounter is Gabby's parents, saying how proud they are of her and how she'll be the best soldier. I thought that was kind of nice. Falco sees a line of PTSD-ridden soldiers being led away for treatment. They had missing limbs. Koslo was his name. I don't think we've ever met him before, but he was explaining that they've all been on the front lines for so long digging trenches that it's mentally disabled them because of all the, mortar and gunfire that's been aimed at them. That, yeah, I can't blame them for having such a mental condition and state. But then he kind of just goes, yeah, it's like with all those mortar shells going bang and scared the shit out of him. That was a dick move, Kaza. Falco tries to comfort one of the soldiers, saying you don't have to fight anymore. So that does show that he has great compassion for his fellow Eldians. I can't say things, it's too early in the morning. But I can't say anything normally anyway, so hey, consistency. Anyway, later that night, Karina, who is the aunt of both Gabby and Reiner, which I was like, what? So they're actually related, which might explain why she wants the armor titan, because maybe it's kind of more of a family thing that they're trying to establish. Our family is the armor titan, damn it. Gabby tells of her exploits on the battlefield with much enthusiasm. It was kind of funny how she was going all into it. Karina asks Reiner if Gabby will become a warrior, and he confirms, given her military achievements this time, it's almost assured, Karina also follows her praise of the two, with a wish that the demons, they call them demons on Paradise Island, would disappear so the Eldians would have happiness. Gabby says those in the warrior unit will protect the Eldians from the demons. And then this is followed up with Reiner's time on Paradise Island was brought up. I kind of thought it was funny when they said Marley had the greatest military power. Though it could be more because of the timeline. Because, how? Their enemy had like these powerful ships and anti-Titan weapons. And it's only been 4 years, so maybe at that point in time, 4 years ago, that was the case, but maybe not now. I don't know. Like I said, could be just the timeline. Gabby says that they can't ask Reiner about his 5 years on the island, as it's all classified, and mentions, wonders what terrifying things he witnessed. And then he actually goes into detail on what those terrors are, which I thought was just stupid. He talks about the potato incident with, what was her name, Sasha? I really should have looked up her name. Potato Girl. And other things that he saw at the academy that he just referred to as like horrors and hellish and all that stuff. And I'm like, these are just people doing normal people things. You are a horrible person, right? Karina rebuffs Gabby's notion that many or they may not have been all bad, seeing as they were diverse, and then says that the paradise was built in the form of a mountain of corpses, which is not, I guess, that wrong, given that the walls are filled with titans, which, as we know, are humans, are former humans, so the statement's not wrong. But, yeah. Let's see, where did I leave off? And as they are the righteous Eldians, they must atone for the gruesome history of the Marleyans, or caused by the Marleyans, which I'm like, the Marleyans enslaved you, and you were just fighting back. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. People in the comments can kind of clarify for me. I don't know. That exchange was kind of, let's see. Also, it was odd. She said that the people on the island are just waiting to crush the world with their titans. They have, 2 or 3, unless it meant like the random titans that might still be on the island, which at this point, isn't there not that many left, per se? And it's all because of Marley that they're even on the island in the first place. So I'm just baffled by the logic of this chapter in some places, She says they will get respect after the mission is done, and will punish islanders who left them behind. So it's like, why didn't you go with them? Or maybe they couldn't, I guess, more to the point. But anyway, it just weird, you know? Later, Reiner has a flashback in his quarters of when he and his mother first entered the camp. And it's revealed he's only half Eldian. His dad was a Marleyan. And that apparently this union is to be kept secret because it is prohibited by the Marleyan government. So that's interesting, which later on Reiner actually almost lets that slip to Bertolt, so that was kind of fun. And then we see more flashbacks, this time of Reiner training to become a warrior candidate. And he's not good at anything. He was passed by all the other main characters that we've seen, that became Titans. Bertolt was good at marksmanship, and he's good at close quarters combat. Excuse me. Marcel was good at, the pack training, I guess, where you carry a heavy pack and you're gun ready and you're just running through the mud and all that stuff. I guess. I don't know what that's called. I'm not military savvy in that regard, so... finally, he finally succeeds to the joy of his mother that he finally became one of the one of the Titan candidates. And then I assume it was Zeke because he was old. He's always been older than all the others. He was talking to the other candidates, and that in a few years they will attack the island. So that would have been correspond with what we already know, I guess. Well, it would be a 13-year time skip, technically. I don't know. Trying to keep up, because they did bring up 13 years. So I think it was 3 years until they actually do attack. But it'll be 10 years until, or I don't know. I'm just not all here right now, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe I'll give that another read. Maybe it'll become clear. But anyway, let's see. And also a war in the South will be finished soon. I don't know what that's all about. But then it's revealed that only 6 of the 7 of them will actually become candidates and switch into the current warrior unit. Because their tenures are coming to a close. And Reiner was excited till Galliard told him he was the worst. He didn't have a chance. So it's you don't have any area of expertise, intelligence, marksmanship, any of that stuff. Except for his loyalty, which he kind of respects him for. But then Reiner goes off on him, saying that he may be part of the Eldian Revival faction under King Fritz. And that got under Galliard's skin, and he punched him in the face. And he said, have fun waiting 13 more years alone. But Zeke calls them away, and it's Reiner, when you're done crying, just come on, or I'll be the one chewed out. Bertolt offers a hand and words of encouragement for his level of loyalty to Marley, but then Reiner then almost lets it slip that he doesn't live with his father and wants his family to live together. Bertolt didn't understand what that meant, and he was like, no, it's nothing. You had nothing? And he is revealed to be killing a bug, not listening to a damn thing that's going on around here. I thought that was pretty funny. But Reiner's desire to be a warrior is rekindled and strengthened. Ugh, can't say words today. Finally, we see the insides of the walls to see a young Eren hoping for something interesting to happen. I just laughed at that. Because I don't remember that being in the live reaction, but when I reread the chapter with the new scan, it was oh my god, if only he knew. But yeah, I think that was it. Yep, that was all my notes. Overall, it was an okay chapter. It wasn't really... It had more funny bits now that I think about it. And that could have just been me. But yeah, I still stand by the score of like 3.5 that I gave it. It was just above average because, I mean, sure, it was cool to see Reiner's kind of childhood that we got to see, but what difference did it make in the whole? Because, you know, while we're seeing how he became what he is, it's not quite as interesting as I would have hoped. The whole him being half Marleyan, that was interesting. But anyway, overall, it was okay. It was a good chapter. I mean, we're getting some character development and seeing how things eventually led up to where the series is now. So that's cool. But, yeah, I think that's about it. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Q-Slings, roll out.